Hey everybody, it's Brian for jailbreakzone.com, and today I'm going to be showing you some stock iPhone applications running on a non-jailbroken iPad 2. So what I basically did to do this is I used my jailbroken iPhone 4 running iOS 4.3. I went to the applications folder. I pretty much I copied an application that I wanted to use, like calculator.app. I put that into an empty folder called payload, and then I zipped that up. And then I just used the Crappstore Xcode templates. The Crappstore Xcode templates, so that I could recode sign the binary. Then I just renamed the zip to an IPA, and it would install all the way over to my iPad. So on my home screen, you can see that I have calculator, MobileTimer, Compass, Installous, which I'll get to in a minute, stocks, voice memos, weather, and terminal. Of course, I am on an iPad 2, non-jailbroken once again. You can see I have the camera app, as well as photo booth. And on my iPhone 4, you could also see that I have photo booth, except you can see that it opens to the curtains and then it crashes. I'll make a separate video on that in a little while. But back to the iPad 2. So first I'm just going to open the applications to show you that this is real. This is not anything fake. There's a lot of skeptics out there. This is just the stock calculator app that I took from my iPhone 4. Here it is on both sides. Same thing. And we also have clock, which is actually called MobileTimer.app. And with this, you could actually set your alarm clocks. You could have multiple world clocks. You could use the stopwatch, just like you would on a normal iPhone 4. And like I just mentioned, you could set up your own alarms. It'll show the alarm icon in the upper right, or in the status bar, and it will go off whenever you tell it to. Next we have Compass, which works perfectly. The iPad 2 does have a compass. I don't think the original iPad did, but here is the Compass app. Works fine, as you can see. Just like it does on the iPhone 4. Here we have the compass settings, and then we could also go it went to the Maps app earlier. I don't know why it's not switching to it. Let me clear some of these out. Next we have, I'll go to stocks first. You can see that it works just like it does on the iPhone. Nothing special. We'll go to weather. There you go. Works just fine. And then we have voice memos, which does not work, just opens and crashes. I have no idea why. Same thing happened on the original iPad when I tried this. I don't know why, but oh well, there's lots of voice recording apps anyway. So those are some of the stock applications that I took from my iPhone 4. They run fine on the iPad 2 except for voice memos, but oh well. And you could also see that I have Installous on here as well as mobile terminal. I'll start with Installous first. You can see that it opens up just fine. And do I have any IPAs? No, I don't. But basically, you can see that it opens up just fine. Let me turn that off and that. I could even download applications. Let me just go into entertainment. I'm just going to go ahead and download a quick application. But basically, Installous, the application itself works fine. I'll just download this one real quick. You know what? Let me just download an app I've actually legitimately purchased as a demonstration. But like I just mentioned, the app itself, it works just fine. You could even download the IPAs using Installous. So this should finish up in about 15 to 20 seconds. MediaFire is not very fast today. But once I try to install an IPA, it will actually give me an error. It'll say IPA invalid. And that's probably because Installous is being ran in sandbox mode. So this this application cannot touch anything outside of its own little area. And the same thing happens to Terminal. So it just finished downloading. I'm going to go ahead and try to install it. And it will eventually come up with an error. Right there, it's just going to say invalid IPA. And it just does not install. So that's Installous. The app itself works, but you can't install anything. So it's pretty much useless unless you want to use it to download IPAs. And then you could transfer them over to your computer. Mobile Terminal gives me an error about not allowed to fork from inside sandbox, which pretty much means it's not going to work in a sandboxed environment. So, those are just some of the stock apps that I have running on my non-jailbroken iPad 2. Some of these are from a jailbroken, some of these are jailbreak only, and those obviously do not work properly, but, just a nice little experiment to do, just to figure out what the stock app, or which one of the stock apps work and which ones don't. I think I have a cold coming, so I'm not really thinking straight this time. But yeah, that's it. If you guys have any questions, you can leave them down below. I'm not going to show you guys how to do this because it's really not that hard. You just have to experiment a little bit. And yeah, that's it. So you can always follow me on Twitter over at twitter.com/bsweet. And that's it. So thanks a lot for watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon.